Street Fighter 2 is one of the best fighting games ever, and it's not even up for debate. Okay, a little debate. Despite my love for the game, in 1994 there was a film adapted from the series. Yeah, let's take a look. You know what time it is, it's film versus game! The film's plot is utterly bonkers, but there are some similarities with the game. It's set in the Southeast Asian nation of Shadaloo. Shadaloo, something something. A civil war is underway between Bison's forces and the allied nations led by Colonel William F. Guile. Carlos Charlie Blanca is taken hostage during a kerfuffle, and Bison has Dalsim experiment in him as he tries to turn him into one of his super soldiers. Long story short, the film ends in a sort of straight fight between good and evil. That's Guile and Bison. Although Guile wins, a past credit scene reveals Bison's still alive. In Street Fighter 2, Guile enters the World Warrior competition to avenge the death of his buddy Charlie, who was killed by M. Bison. Does battle with Bison at the end, but his wife and daughter persuade Guile to spare his life. Okay, so there are like some similarities here, but the film goes way off into a tangent. Regardless of those small similarities, the film is utterly nuts, so I'm giving this 2 out of 5 Hadoukens! Guile, Bison, Chun-Li, Cammy, Blanca, Ken, Ryu, lots more feature in the film, but their backstories are a little bit different. But I do have a soft spot for a legend, Jean-Claude Van Damme, who plays Guile in the film. Chun-Li isn't an Interpol officer like she is in the game. In the film, she's actually a news reporter, but she is avenging the death of her father. Blanca is Charlie in the film, who is Guile's best friend, but he's been mutated into a monster by M. Bison, not by a freak plane crash like in the game. Dalsim is a doctor and a scientist, not a pacifist yogi. Iconic characters Ken and Ryu are con artists. Okay, so you get it. Some of the characters in the film are sort of similar to their game counterparts, but why have they made E Honda an ex-sumo wrestler with a penchant for Hawaiian shirts? And we've got Guile, the main character, who's now Jean-Claude Van Damme. Similarity rating here is 1 out of 5 Hadoukens! The soundtrack for the film features an array of 90s hip-hop artists like LL Cool J, Ice Cube, The Pharcyde, and whilst I love these artists, it's so far removed from the 16-bit themes that we hear in the Street Fighter series. So I'm giving this one 1 out of 5 Hadoukens! Let's talk about the difficulty. In the film, the characters seem to bungle about from scene to scene as they try to get ever closer to M. Bison. And at the end, the standoff between Guile and Bison is your pretty generic action standoff. And yes, Bison does survive at the end. Looking back at the game, I always found it really challenging and satisfying getting to the end of the game, and you could do that with any character, but it wasn't always easy. I mean, there are fights, but that's it. There's like zero similarity. Dalsim doesn't even do stretchy moves, and there's not like a spinning bird kick or sonic boom in sight. So I'm being generous here. I'm giving this 1 out of 5 Hadoukens! Believe it or not, despite this, the film was actually fairly successful. It earned just over 9.5 million on its opening weekend, ranking number 3 just behind Dumb and Dumber and the Santa Claus movie. Yeah, the 90s were very weird. Aside from this, some similarities with the character, some fighting scenes, they were really stretching it in terms of similarity to the series. So I'm going to give this an overall similarity rating of 2 out of 5 Hadoukens!